Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. We do begin with breaking news at this noon hour with a heartbreaking end to the search for 3 missing girls in Washington state. In just the last few hours, the Wenatchee Police Department has confirmed that the girls were found dead and that their father, who police believe took the girls, is missing at this hour and wanted on 3 counts of first-degree murder and kidnapping. The 3 girls were ages 9, 8, and 5 years old. They were reported missing on Friday after they didn't return from a planned visitation with their father, Travis Decker. After looking for the girls over the weekend, police narrowed the search to a remote area near Leavenworth. Yesterday afternoon, a deputy found Decker's truck abandoned near the Rock Island campground. And then during a search of the area, deputies found the 3 girls. Again, they were dead. Decker was not at the site and police are still looking for him. And we're showing pictures here on the screen. Police warn that he is armed and a former military member with extensive training. So if you see him, they say do not approach him, but they are asking to call 911 immediately. And here at KREM 2, we are tracking updates on this story and we'll bring you anything new on KREM 2 News and KREM.com just as soon as it comes in with our reporting team. And this is coming in new at noon. The Spokane Valley City Council will consider a settlement offer from one of its own council members. The city filed a public records lawsuit against council member Al Merkel over the use of social media. A judge is scheduled to hear that lawsuit coming up next month. The city has been investigating whether Merkel used Nextdoor for city-related announcements without keeping records. Last year, the investigation found that Merkel was likely in violation of the State Public Records Act. In the settlement offer, Merkel asked for dismissal of the lawsuit, for the city to cover all his legal fees, and for an independent person to review his social media. The city council will discuss the settlement offer coming up at tonight's meeting. And this is also coming in new at noon. A judge has dismissed a defamation lawsuit against Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris. Penny Collinson filed that lawsuit last year, alleging that Sheriff Norris made vulgar sexual remarks about her at a candidate forum in Cataldo. The sheriff has called the claims false. Now, according to our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press, a judge dismissed the case on a procedural issue, and Collinson can choose to refile the lawsuit. All right, we're just a couple minutes past noon right now, and of course we have a lot of big news going on right now. We're going to put that aside for just a moment as we turn our attention to take a look at the weather. It's another day with lots of sunshine all around the inland Northwest. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick is tracking it all, and he joins us now. Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, good afternoon, Laura. And things are warming up very nicely here. The sunshine finding a nice clear blue spot in the sky, even with a few cumulus clouds now just starting to pop up around us as of the noon hour, but just very comfortable. Can't wait to take my lunch break outside anyways for today. At 70 already in Coeur d'Alene, 68 in Spokane, just lagging a little bit behind on the Palouse at 64 currently in Pullman. But we do have just a beautiful stretch of weather ahead of us. Not much change, but it is getting a little bit warmer day after day. Even today, we're running 5 degrees warmer right now compared to the noon hour yesterday. It's that statement that's going to hold true these next few days here, where it just gets a little bit warmer day after day, and that carries all the way into the weekend. So while today we see some high clouds and some cumulus clouds at the moment, giving us highs in the mid 70s, the weekend we could already be pushing 90 degrees, especially by Sunday, Monday of next week. So way above average temperatures all throughout the West Coast. We'll show you the weather pattern that is responsible for that and just how close to that 90-degree mark we are already forecasting here in Spokane. So a latest look at that extended forecast is coming up.
Thomas, thank you very much. Emergency management officials here in the Northwest are very concerned that federal layoffs at forecasting offices could make the wildfire season especially challenging. More than 800 NOAA employees nationwide were fired in February, then rehired only to be terminated again. Savannah Welch has a closer look at the impact on us here.
I'm just a little bit scared for what this summer might look like without full capabilities from both our incident management teams and our incident meteorologists.
In February, the Trump administration announced federal job cuts, laying off hundreds of employees nationwide at NOAA and the National Weather Service, including here in Washington. Wildland Fire meteorologist Matthew Deere tells me forecasting offices were already understaffed before the layoffs.
We have less incident management teams available in the region today than we did 2 years ago.
During peak wildfire season, there's close collaboration between federal partners like the National Weather Service, Forest Service, and local fire agencies. Agencies like East Pierce Fire and Rescue rely on spot weather forecasts from NOAA during wildfires.
That's a huge resource for us, anticipating the winds, temperature, air humidities.
Bill Sandlin with East Pierce Fire is concerned the layoffs could impact their work on the fire line.
Hopefully it doesn't delay us being able to get those forecasts too much out on the line.
Sandlin says the lighter snowpack we saw this winter is melting early, meaning heavier fuels because of the early vegetation growth. The State Department of Ecology is monitoring that closely. Last month, the department issued a drought declaration for 3 watersheds in the Yakima Basin.
This is the 3rd emergency drought declaration that we've issued in a row. And that is the first for our state's emergency drought declaration process. And so for the last 2 years, we have seen concerning snowpack across the state.
Deere says the 1-2 punch of dry conditions and staffing shortages could pose a tough summer for first responders.
We haven't seen what peak fire season is going to look like yet this year. But if it's anything like last year, I'm concerned for what it's going to look like from a management perspective.
And we do have some updates on wildfires burning in the Northwest right now. Crews have the Hat Wildfire near Lewiston fully contained as of now. The fire burned about 250 acres and a small outbuilding. However, no homes were damaged. Investigators are still working to figure out exactly what sparked that fire. And also, crews are making some good progress on the Second Creek fire burning just north of Leavenworth. Fire investigators say it was human caused, but are still trying to figure out again, exactly how it started. The fire burned about 80 acres. Crews now have it 77% contained. 12:07 right now, new at noon. Habitat for Humanity kicked off a big project this morning in Spokane Valley. The project is part of the 24th annual Blitz Build event. Over the next few weeks, the volunteers will be looking to build several homes. Up to 60 volunteers will be on site each day. This year, Habitat for Humanity is using a new building process that utilizes foam blocks, cutting down on construction time.
I mean, if you look at like previous Blitz builds, usually we're standing up walls, bringing in trusses. We're essentially taking these foam forms and we fill them with concrete after we stack them, kind of like Legos. And so the foam is the insulation and so is the concrete. And these homes will be not only highly energy efficient, they shrink our construction schedule by about 2 months per unit, and they're fire resistant. So as we look at, obviously global warming and more wildfires affecting our communities, this is an asset that's going to be protected for generations.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And if you're interested in volunteering, they can always use help. You can find more information and sign up at habitat-spokane.org.